Subtle. It's not a bling bling.
Yeah.
It's very much of a summer.
It's lovely, that real pearlescent plum colour.
Yeah.
OK, so you've got your 3 colours there. It's either the shimmers or the primaries. So if you're thinking, oh, is it pick and mix? No, it's a choice. So you're getting the shimmers or the primaries. Same item number, or both, I guess. $14.99 it is plus delivery to get either primaries or the shimmer on the bottom. 601111 to order now. There's a lot of ones there. And then a quick look here at your speciality papers. Leslie, these are, well, your papers always sell out.
Yeah, this is the same paper that we actually use to have our designer papers printed on, if you feel it.
Yeah.
It's absolutely super smooth. It's great for stamping on, it's great for colouring, and we've done it in both ivory and the brilliant white. And then this is the shimmer paper, which is hard to see under the light, but it's double-sided.
Yeah.
That is, there you go, look.
Yeah.
That is great. If die cutting, all of these will die cut well.
Double-sided,
and if you, if you want to do flower making, these make beautiful.
Oh, lovely. It was going to take its ink, so that's pearlescent, but not plasticky, shiny pearlescent, resisty pearlescent. And then you've got the ivory. You can see the shine definitely on camera.
It's called ice gold.
Beautiful, that. Ice gold, because it's the shiny, but it's got the gold tint to it. $10.99 it is to get 60 sheets worth of your A4 luxury papers and smooth stamping card there down below, either in the ivory and the white. It's not either or, you're getting all of it. So $10.99 plus delivery. It's 730019 to order now. Papers, cards always seem to sell out with Leslie, so order early.
We always been good quality.
Yeah, definitely. At a good price, of course. Here's a video of all the finished artwork that you can achieve using today's stamps. Well, what a nice little video there to see some of the artwork from the design team, which Judith heads, actually. So Judith will be back doing some demonstrating as well with Chocolate Baroque, and Leslie is too. So Leslie, looks like you're going to be using the misters, I guess.
I don't normally open with colour, but I thought this time let's just put in, not through the paces, but let's show you a few things that you can do with these misters. A box, ideal. I mean, reason why is because, you know, I keep these because, you know, these bees underneath are just wonderful. You know, great for your journal and add to bits and pieces. Okay, so tissue in the bottom. Right, I'm using a selection of card as well. So this is our drawing cartridge that we often have on the show and bring. Misters, let's first with the basic 3 colours. And I brought those, like I say, because you've got 3 colours, but of course 3 because you've got primary, you can then go on and make orange. You can make green, you can make purple, so, and mud as well if you're careful.
You mud if you mix them all completely. Or these are technically the primaries, but your version of the primaries. So you've got the magenta,
my version of the primaries, Now these are actually, they're almost like spray paint, or spritzer paint, I should say, because, whoops. No, that's all right, because you see what I've done is, I've been a good person, what you're supposed to do, which is you're supposed to rinse out your mister heads.
Oh, the nozzles,
Nozzles, after you've used them. And obviously there's some water still in that one. Shake gently, don't shake them down, because they've actually got a reservoir built in under the spritzer here. So at the end of the day, if you overshake it, you fill the reservoir and you tip it upside down and it starts to come out. So you can change some very intense colour. Look at that.
Oh, wow, that's intense, isn't it?
Okay.
Yeah.
That's one split. Or you can have a finer mist. I don't want to go too fine because I don't want to spray you or anything else.
Wait, don't worry about me.
But
you know, you can do. Oh, yeah.
Let's go in with the magenta. I didn't
Shake
that
it,
one.
yeah, gently.
Gently. It's just to move the paint around. You really don't need much at all.
Oh, that's going to make a lovely mix, isn't it? With that magenta and the
I'm
blue.
actually going to now go in with some water because that is just too strong. So
Wow,
look at that.
really,
Look at
really.
the colour.
Oh, wow.
And I'm
it
still
doesn't look like you're spraying water, but you are.
adding water and water and water. So let's take another bit of card.
Did you see that on the close-up shot at home? Everybody, it looked like you were spraying more of the mister spray, but you weren't. It was literally
these
pure
go
water.
on forever, and as I always try and do, these also you can paint with them.
Right. Okay. So it must be extremely
That's
concentrated.
what they are.
So how would
very.
you paint? You'd spray it onto a mat and then
I would
lift
actually
it.
no. I'd open it up and I'd just tap a little bit on the mat.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Once they're gone, they're gone. We can't get any more of these. So, oh, what a blend.
Okay. Now. Okay, that's just a start. That's just the two colours. So I've got the purples and the reds. Now, as you can see, too much colour, but that's not a problem because you have a white in the shimmer, which will knock it back.
Yes, in the shimmer set of 3.
You know.
So shimmer is in the lead actually, which is funny. But almost 20% of the stock's gone on that already. We haven't seen them in action yet. But the shimmer's
But it's not. The shimmer isn't. It's not a vivid. It's not a glitzy. Don't expect bling. It is subtle.
Okay.
You know. I mean, and the end of the day, again, don't. Shake this. This is the turquoise one. So you can see you've got the mica in the bottom. Yeah. So actually, this is what I tend to do.
Okay, that's a good way of it. Yes, because you didn't want to shake them too violently, do you? Because I was spinning it back there as well.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to shake it.
And can you see now? I don't know if you could see it on the shot before. Now all that's gone.
Yeah.
Okay, so it does settle quickly, but don't worry about that. So again, same principle. Doesn't take a lot.
So we just saw the primaries in action. This is the shimmer 3 now, so that's the turquoise.
And let's do the... Now, this is all on dry card. This is all on dry card. Yeah. But I'm going to show you in a minute, doing it direct to wet, the different things that you get with the wet. So that's mixed. And again, you'll learn which way you want to do it. If you want to go, you get very intense, you get low with spritz. If you just to say drip it, you get nice splash effects. If you just to say press the atomizer spray, and it kind of drops rather than spritzes. But you know, so see,
this is still the shimmer set.
Yeah, look at that for an intense colour.
Yeah,
I mean,
very
that's
bright, isn't it? Yeah, they're going quickly.
Okay, white. Okay, there we go, and the white just literally knocks everything back. Look at that.
So a pearlescent white that you can mix, yeah.
And you can again. I mean, this is all very basic stuff, but it just allow it to drip itself, and again, you can create beautiful backgrounds. Whoops. And when they're done, you kind of get this almost paint effect, because they are more painted than they are anything else.
Okay,
right,
with a quarter
so
of the stock on the shimmer
right.
at the moment.
So let's go in there. I'm trying to... I should have got my name's mum. Maybe papers, so... Sorry.
Just wait till I can do. If I can do anything, let me know.
Now, this is our drawing cartridge, but it will flatten out. Okay. Right, let's go the reverse way on then, shall we? And this is me just playing and messing, folks. Sorry. But I thought you need to know. I'll see. So this is wetting the card first. Okay, and let's go with a shimmer. Okay.
So far we've seen on to dry, but now onto wet. That's wow.
That was one sprit, literally one.
Just one dab with the lid. Fantastic stuff.
Okay. Take the turquoise and just. And the water.
See the way that moves.
The water will let it go.
Yeah, the paint's travelling.
Yeah, and let's just take some of the yellow.
Get some marbling effect. So this is the primaries onto wet.
The primaries will follow as well. So
well worth getting both actually. Yeah. Well worth getting both.
Violet from here. Now, and I would just leave that, and it will dry like that. And because I've done it wet on wet almost, the wet and wet technique. So I've wet the drawing cartridge first. So your watercolour card, if you don't have our drawing cartridge, watercolour card will do the same thing. Wet it first. It actually dries quite quickly. You can almost see it in the middle, sucking it in, and it will keep that lovely pattern.
It's dry. Yeah.
You know, and the beauty about these, they don't fade when they dry. So you know how sometimes they go paler?
Yeah.
They don't.
So that colour intensity stays there. We can see that actually from some of the sets that you've done already there, with almost a third of the stock on the shimmer option already spoken for.
So this is our matte card. This is our matte.
Yeah, the very smooth card in the luxury.
No, this is the matte, not the paper.
See.
This is our half and half matte card. So it's a totally different finish. Okay.
You should find that on the website. We shop by brand.
So I've got 2 pieces actually of it. The trouble is, that's it. So, and again, that'll become obvious why. Actually, no, I'm going to take a bigger one. Sorry, people. Sorry.
It's all right.
And that is also good because you can actually, if that's really wet,
you
know. So, let's have a...
Don't forget to check out your basket as well if it's in your basket on the website. Remember, it'll bounce out after 10 minutes or so, especially with these sprays as well. Don't let those go. They are going quickly and there are no more afterwards.
I can't bring any more back at the moment, I'm afraid.
Not a problem, as long as we get in there, as long as we give everyone the warning.
Bit of water as well, look, to make it start to travel.
I think the water's just the effect that the water has.
Now then, I want to make this actually quite wet because you get a pulling, kind of a put. Now there you see.
Yeah, it's really travelling in. It's
direct
moving.
your spray sideways. Now there's your primary effects. Look now, you have got
the
your
oranges.
yellow, you've got red, you've got orange, you've got blue, you've got green, and you've got purple.
That's incredible stuff.
Yeah. So.
Literally a rainbow, but a marbling rainbow on that.
So let's take another piece of the same card and just over the top. So, okay. If you need to wear gloves, it does wash off, by the way, it does wash with soap and water. It's not quite as heavily, it is very pigmented, but it's not quite one of those that your hands will be stained for weeks.
Okay.
Now then, that's my fault.
Go on.
I haven't wet it properly. It's a very interesting technique.
Okay. Yeah, that's cool. That's like a, the salt
but that
technique.
Shouldn't have, that's not supposed to happen. I didn't wet it enough because I've used, because I've used, you can, and then you could spray over the top of it. That is a happy accident, possibly.
Nice.
So...
Yeah, tie-dye meets the salt technique here with that. But you're saying if you don't want that, then more water.
More water, because what's happened is it's soaked up the paint, because it's like a paint effect, it soaks up into the paper. Because it was too dry, it's then pulling it away from itself.
So
what I want to do now is I want to take a piece of gloss.
And those are going really fast, by the way, those misters. They're coming in a set of 3. 20% of the primary's already gone, and almost half of the stock of the shimmer selection is gone. Do check out your basket, like we gave that heads-up warning first as well, because these, once they're gone, they're gone. Oh, yeah, you said about being able to paint with them, Leslie. You just tipped some out.
Yeah.
So this is how you would do that.
Because
they are more paints than anything else.
Yeah, I'll take the shimmer. So there's the yellow, and I'll just take the shimmer a little bit.
And wash out your nozzles at the end of your project. At the end of the day.
It doesn't take much, literally. Water or run them under a tap for just a little bit till they run clear. Right, I'm sorry, I'm a bit long-winded about this, folks.
Don't ever apologise, Leslie. It's absolutely fine.
So. Let's
Loving our stamps on today's show as well. If you have just tuned in, do take a look at Hochanda.com to see all the different stamps that are on.
Now this is painting. This is painting onto gloss card.
Right.
And the beauty about it is a little bit more water. Okay, you can get it to blend, but it actually almost dries as you're doing it. So you can get that effect very quickly. Take that out and take the yellow and start the other way. I mean, that's a very vivid yellow, isn't it?
It's hot stuff,
Look at this. I mean, you just... look at... And you can mix all your colours like this. But what I want to really show you, very quickly, this is almost dry, look. Can you see?
Yeah, already on the shiny cartridge card surface.
That should be dry at that point. I want to show you one very, very quick thing, and then I've got to show you the finished...
Okay.
If that's dry, almost.
Yeah, practically
give it
there,
a quick lift with a...
Remember, with
now,
any
to
of
get
these...
that to do that on gloss card is quite difficult because it tends to resist. This doesn't.
Yeah, but these sort of have that tooth, they stick on it.
It's got an acrylic base to it.
Okay.
That's why.
I was just about to say, remember, with any of these backgrounds that you're creating, you can use any of the stamps on today's show. So you've got the pick and mix, you've got the brand new to Hochanda, and also the first ever stamp sheet to be on that Hochanda as well, the A4.
If you see that, okay. And I've got a proper finished one here. But just take your tissue cut, your kitchen roll. And how's that for high shine?
Oh, that's beautiful. Just to get that on shiny cardstock. It's like...
So that's what it was. It was gloss, look. Yeah. Can you see? and look at it now. Look at the shine on that.
God, that's smooth.
And that's paint, and it doesn't feel now as if it's been painted.
From a paint, you've created your own cardstock there. It's almost like it's been printed.
And you
That's
can
like
just go on. I mean, there's the effect that I had. Look, I did before, pulling apart the two different ones.
Okay, so more water on those.
That's spread with the white then over the top. Allow that to dry, and then allow the white over the top again.
And it fixes, it would dry in place.
There's the effect that we got here earlier on down the bottom.
The wet
there's
marbling.
so much, just honestly, salt in it. There's just literally.
Lighter tones, deeper tones as well.
Yeah.
And because you've given us your version of the primaries as well, so red is magenta here, your yellow is a bright, vivid yellow, and the blue is a cyan blue. You can play with those as your basic core primaries to get potentially any other colours. A third of the stock of the primary listers is gone, and we've only been live with them about half an hour or so, and also over half the stock on the shimmers has already been spoken for, and that's it. Once they're gone, they're gone. There's no more available anywhere or anything like that, which sometimes we are luxuriously lucky about that. We have, but today, no.
We have got a couple of demos each in the rest of the show, Judith and I, to show what else you can do with them, but I wanted to show the basics to have a play.
It includes everything here, Leslie, because you can use any of the stamps over the top as well.
Absolutely.
Any of the stamps, do a nice silhouette over the top.
And I haven't had a chance to show you that, but I mean that one I've just polished off, stamped straight over the top. That black rose. The rose in black, straight over the top.
Exactly the same. That rose would work beautifully on that. Minds connect. Okay, Leslie, thank you so much. We'll swap with Judith so we can get Judith in for a demonstration as well. Quick reminder of the stamps, actually, because we saw these at the start of the show. This is the brand new today Rose and Thistle set. You're getting 7 images on this. It's your A5 set, and it's $14.99 plus delivery. 345608 to order now. That's the Rose and Thistle set, A5. Lots of nice big images on that. This is the DL sized stamp sheet. Notice the 3 sort of worker stamps there. They're almost like a Raven Macintosh rose top down. In the middle you've got that side view as well, and then that very detailed rose just on the left hand side at the bottom, and that huge main image plus the framed rose as well. 7 images there on a DL set for $11.99. Remember, these are grey rubber quality stamps that you're getting, and then this is the pick and mix now, where you get, this is a good photography actually, you get a chance to see all the sets quite clearly. Choose any 2, so you've got your rose duo at the top there. This is the wonderful wonderful rose stem script, so you've got your script behind with your rose stem. This is now the words to dazzle and amaze with all your different sentiments there, and then this is the Macintosh with all of your Macintosh fonts there. There's genuine with all those lovely different sort of capitalised and smaller letters as well, and that's another shot of the rose duo. Now, 984904, your item number on all those pick and mixes. Now, this is the returning favourite, the first ever A4. I think that's a really important thing to know. I think that'd be the first thing I say. That's the A4 stamp sheet today, the first ever A4 stamp detail sheet to appear on Hochanda. I think that's such an important thing. It's a main headline today. 13 images on that at $24.99, 561901. There will be a reason. If you've made friends, as Judith is still getting ready a bit here, we're okay though. If you've made friends with Chocolate Baroque over the last 2 or 3 years, and you've joined on that journey with Judith and with Leslie, isn't it nice to know that you could get that throwback, the first ever? There's a reason why this would have been, I'm guessing, the first ever stamp sheet to appear on the show, and it's nice to get an opportunity to get it today. All right, okay, so Judith, where are we then with our demonstrations?
Well, I'm going to be working with the media sprays as well, but using a couple of the stamp sets. I'm going to be using Rose and Thistle and Amazing Macintosh words.
Okay.
But I want to show you some of the other things that the media sprays can do. I'm going to start with a piece of drawing cartridge, and it's slightly repetitive because I need to spray a piece of the drawing cartridge, so I'm going to get the spray box out again.
Can't get enough of these sprays without these.
And I'm going to be using the basic primary set, but I may use a little bit of the white as well.
Okay, well, half the stock of the primary set, which we're about to use, is gone, and 2/3 of the shimmer set has already gone as well. So luckily we're using them swiftly.
So I'm just going to spritz a piece of drawing cartridge with some of the yellow, and I'm just going to go up a height because I don't want it to be too strong. I found when I was preparing my demo that I used a mixture of a little bit of water to actually soften it a little bit.
And this is water coming in now.
Yeah.
So if you're watching with a very close-up shot, this water is really intensifying it.
And you can, if you want to, I'm looking for it, use a little bit of white to knock it back. And then if you find that the white knocks it back too much, you can go back in and add a bit of yellow.
Yeah.
So it's all about playing, experimenting, and getting it to where you want it to end up.
Yeah.
I wanted quite a nice zingy background, so quite a bit of yellow was fine for me. And then I just set that to one side to let it dry. So that's what I'm going to do.
Okay. Lovely to see those sprays in action, those misters. You've got the primaries or the shimmers to choose from.
So this is my nice dry background. I'm just going to get a piece of paper towel and wipe that off, otherwise I'm going to end up very yellow as well by the end of this demo.
Yellow
Yellow wrist or a yellow stomach anyway. And dry that off. And then I'm going to take a large tag stamp that we've used, that we've had on previous shows.
Yeah, it's been a popular one, this.
Yeah, and I'm just going to ink that up.
Basic tag outline. It's a good stamp to get.
If you look on the website, I'm sure you'll be able to find that if you
Yeah,
shop by brand.
definitely shop by brand with chocolate brock, and you'll see it.
So I'm just going to
You should see it at least.
ink that up. And I'm just going to stamp that. I'm turning my stamp sideways because it's quite a large stamp and it's a lot easier to stamp a large stamp. Turning it sideways, you've got more control.
Yeah, it's a great tip that to remember. Don't get it. You know, if you help yourself, you get good results, and if you don't help yourself, then sometimes it can go a bit wrong, and you can, of course, get a bit frustrated.
Okay, so I've just stamped that. Now, when I prepared my demo, I actually carried on stamping onto this before I cut it out, and you can do it that way, or you can cut the tag out first. It's up to you. I'm going to use one that I've cut out already. For the purposes of the demo, so here we go.
Of course, you get that little ring with the tag stamp set. You also get that detail ring, don't
which
you?
I've stamped on here already. Yeah. So I've got a couple of words from the amazing Macintosh word stamp set.
These are on this pick and mix.
And I'm going very romantic for my demo, so I've got all my love and sending hugs.
Aww.
I know. I just couldn't help myself.
Yeah.
And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp these randomly across the tag, on and off the tag, so it looks as though I've cut this from a much larger piece of card.
Yeah, like a continuing pattern where it's been, yeah, that's a nice idea.
And because I'm going to stamp them on and off, you will be able to work out what the words say, because you'll see whole images and partial images as I go along. So I'm just going to stamp these randomly up and down the tag until I've pretty much filled the tag. And then I'll just add the other one.
Nice fact that anybody can get into stamping and anybody can get into card craft and making beautiful things, and it leads to all sorts of different places as well, with mixed media and journaling and the like. All you need here to get started is some ink and a block and one of the stamp sets.
That's right. You don't need very many supplies. You can craft in quite a small space, and or a huge space if you're lucky enough. But you can just be away with very small amount of supplies and create some lovely artwork with these stamps. So there you go. I've done that, and that's my background.
Lovely.
I'm just going to punch a small hole out with my hole punch.
So I know we said it, but these are the Macintosh words that are in the pick and mix.
Yep.
I know we said before, but you can never say too many times, just in case.
And then I'm going to take another piece of card, spare card, and stamp out.
Don't forget we've got those mister sprays as well, with the primaries and the shimmers. They're very, very, very busy indeed. Both options have been going fast. 2/3 of both options has gone, so it seems the primaries have caught up with, and we just used the primary actually to create that yellow background. Primaries have caught up with shimmers.
This is a large rose image from the Rose and Thistle stamp set. And I'm just going to stamp and emboss this.
Brand new, isn't it? The A5 size stamp set. This, the Rose and Thistle. 7 images for £14.99.
Slightly smudge that, but I would normally cut this out once I've finished with it, so it doesn't matter that I've...
Okay, now that ink isn't quite dry yet, is it?
No, but the fact that I'm embossing it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So can I get you just to put
Yeah, of course you can, yeah.
Me, please,
cool technique this, if you're new to all this crafting stuff, is when your ink's slightly wet still, you can then go over it with this cool powder. Let me just get rid of that fleck of, I don't know what that was, but it wasn't embossing powder. There we are. So what does the embossing powder do, Judith, to anybody new to all of it?
The fact that I'm embossing this means that I've got a nice ridge around my image, and I'm going to paint this, and the ridge means that it helps to contain the paint within the image. It means that I can paint it a little bit quicker, and it'll, as I say, it'll just help contain it. That's right, yeah.
Proud, and it gives it a nice
gives it a little bit of a shine, and it's just a nice finished effect.
Can I grab that lid, please, Judith?
Oh yeah, sorry.
I'm just panicking.
Yeah, sure you go.
It's all right.
Don't
I'm a pretty
have
calm,
a
level-headed,
related incident.
chilled-out person normally, but we do not want a crafting-related incident with embossing powder everywhere.
Okay, now I'm going to take a couple of the sprays. I'm just going to take the top off here, pop these in my palette, just because it's easier to keep it less messy. I just want a few drops of the yellow, like this.
So always remember to agitate these a little bit, because they do sort of settle down, especially the shimmer ones, don't they?
And I want the blue.
You've gone for, is that...
this is the primary cyan.
In the primary, okay, primary cyan.
I literally just want a drop of this. I can always add more afterwards, and I just want to see how green. Yep, that's green enough for me.
Literally just
one drop.
Oh, it's made a lovely emerald green there.
Less is more. If you want it to be a bit greener, you can add another drop. But if you go in with as much cyan as you added the yellow, it'll end up too blue.
Okay.
So just have a little bit to start with.
Just hint the green, because blue's obviously a very strong dye. Yeah. With these, the primaries and the shimmers, they're both very, very popular indeed. 2/3 of the stock gone on the shimmer at the moment.
Okay. And literally, that's how easy it is to add paint to your image. Okay. I'm not going to paint all of this because I have got a finished one. No,
but we've already seen Leslie spritz with these, do different techniques on the spritzing and the marbling, onto dry card as well, onto shiny. And then we saw a lovely mix and a marbling effect too onto wet card, but then also seeing you spritz with them now, Judith. Now you're painting with them, so you can do so much with these Mr. Sprays. If you're still struggling to choose which one you want, don't want to detract too much from what Judith is doing, but very quickly, this should help you make up your mind on which ones to buy. This is your primary, so you've got magenta, cyan and yellow in there to represent all of your red, blue and yellow, and then same item number but different option. Your turquoise, your shiny white and your violet is the shimmery sparkly options there, brought to you by Deco Art. 601111 to order now for the same price each other.
I'm just cleaning this off, and I've got a couple of more things I want to show you with this. So I then would paint my rose, obviously with the primary magenta.
Look at the shading on that stamp. That's really helpful.
It's lovely. You, isn't it? Yeah. And what I actually did was I actually went over with the magenta and just added a bit of shade into the leaves.
Yeah.
I would go back in with the green and add a little bit of shading down here. And then I took a water brush, a plain brush, which I've got out here.
Oh, yeah.
Add a little bit of water.
All the different drawers, and there it is right in front of us.
Add a little bit of water to this.
Oh, I forgot about that tag. It's all going. It's all going on, isn't it?
Watery. And then I would literally just add a few spots of red to my tag, and then.
Oh, shimmer option has just gone limited on your sprays. That was in the lead all the time, and then it sort of caught up. The primaries have caught up. Shimmer just gone limited, and there are no more as well. So you've done well to get in touch and get hold of those.
There's my finish tag.
Okay.
And you can either leave it as a standalone tag,
Yeah.
Or if you wanted to, Matt, you could add it to a background.
So the option is there. That's one tag,
To
and then
create
that
a
will be
card.
the. Oh, sorry, you hold it. You go ahead,
Sure.
Judith. Yeah.
Add it to a card.
Yeah.
And another suggestion is on the rose and thistle stamp set, there's a lovely little tiny rose sprig,
Yeah.
and you could stamp all over the background, colour it with the same colour paints, and you would have a coordinating background.
Oh, that'd be lovely to coordinate that as well. That's the rose and thistle set that
Yeah.
you'll find that on. We can bring the details in for you on the screen so that you can see that. What a beautiful card, Judith. Thank you. It's a lovely project, that, using the sprays as well as the rose and thistle set and the Macintosh words, which are on the pick and mix, bringing it all in there. Okay, Judith, thank you. Here's the finished examples just again. The design team working so hard to create these. Yeah, jump onto the website to have a little look at while we get ready for our next demonstration here with Leslie. And on the website, you shall see things like your Harlequin Rose A4, 5-star reviews for that original A4 stamp. The first ever, this is headline news really, the first ever A4 stamp set to appear on Hochanda way back. And then you've got your, with chocolate Baroque as it were, and then also your A5 stamp sheet. This is brand new designs, and then also your DL set, each one of them respectively $14.99 and $11.99. And then you've got your pick and mix set, where you're choosing two with £3 saving. You can have a quick look at these actually, because it's very easy to pick and mix when you see all the images together. You've got the rose stem script, with the script just behind that whole rose, and then you've got the words next to it, and then you've got the words to dazzle and sparkle with lots of different phrases and really uplifting and warm words, lots of different occasions. Amazing Macintosh words with your Macintosh fonts on there, and then the Rose Duo on the right hand side. Pick any two, and then once they're in your basket, check them out, and they will be with a saving of £3. We're using our sprays as well here today. They are going fast, with the shimmer ones being limited stock, which means the last 10% of the stock remaining. Judith is the head of the design team with Chocolate Baroque. And we've done a little swap with Leslie now for our final demonstration. So, Leslie, you're using that glorious thistle from the Rose and Thistle.
Yes, I'm going to use the Rose and Thistle. Sorry, you just see a lot of my head bobbing about there, but kind of quick. Right, I've got a MDF tag here.
Right.
And I'm going to, now I'm not sure whether I'm going to be able to bring this to Hochanda. I wish I could, but we'll see. This is spray gesso.
Right. Watch this space.
Yeah,
yes.
so if you just want to stand back a little bit, Matt.
Okay, yeah. That's quick.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes, I rather like this stuff. So while that's just slightly drying, and it is drying fairly quickly, and I have only given it a quick squirt because I just want to keep that kind of a background. We're going to be painting again, and we're going to use the primaries. So we're going to use the blue, and we are going to use the cyan, and we're going to use the, get it right, Leslie, magenta. I'm also going to stamp with a Versaclair because I'm going to emboss. And that's not quite dry, so excuse me, people. I just need to quickly dry this.
Finish that off, yeah.
Yeah, I should take it out of the box now because I've
can see
finished
that.
doing the.
Oh yeah, that's the spraying is over, isn't it?
Yeah, the spraying bit's over now. That's just will melt.
Just a paint sheet, is it? Yeah.
Yeah, that'll melt if I do it with the heat.
Okay. See, it has already a bit there, but don't worry.
Trying to. Sorry, just.
Yeah, keep it tidy. Just shove it over here. We've got a nice clear area.
Yeah, sorry, Matt. I didn't mean for you to get everything
No,
over
please.
there.
I've still got more room over here. It's still okay.
Okay.
It's like packing to go on holiday with an estate car. You've got more space in the boot, usually, especially if you drop the back seats. Unless the children are in, which you wouldn't want
now
to do
you're
that.
going to get different
The
effects.
screams would be terrible.
You're going to get different effects every time you do this. So to start with, we're actually going to ink up the stamp, and I'm going to emboss it with clear. So Versaclairs are very, very juicy. Great. They are a pigment-based. Well, they are a pigment-based ink, so they are really, really good for art blending. But they're also, because they hold their juiciness a little while, you can actually emboss with them.
Yeah.
Pigment inks were always, I say invented. Invented's not the word, but originally formulated for embossing because the ink dried slower, so you
Right.
had more time to add your powder.
Yeah, yeah, they stay open, they stay...
Yes,
yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, dry.
Yes. So here we go. This is. I might have given that a little bit more gesso, but it doesn't matter. It's given it a key. There you go.
Lovely. Yeah,
There's
yeah.
the stamp, and while it's wet,
So the gesso is just like a primer. It just helps
Yeah.
keep the
Just-
ink colour more true as well.
just
so
to
gives
key
it a white
just to give it a
bump.
key, because otherwise it would have gone into the MDF.
Yeah, the MDF very thirsty, isn't it? Yeah.
Sorry, Matt. I know you've just already done this.
No,
but could I
don't
ask
say
you
sorry. Yeah, never say sorry.
to? Right.
I'm in a good mood of having breakfast, so I'm fine
that's
as
cool.
well. There's no need to apologise. As long as I've had
So
my
now,
breakfast.
on any surface that isn't paper or card, it will just take longer to emboss because it's not only the heat from the gun, but the actual surface that you're on has to take the heat as well,
Yeah.
which is what. So I'm trying to see if you can leave it on the air. So it is starting to turn.
Yes, we're getting a good view of that. Nice.
But wood, MDF, canvases, things like that, just to take longer.
A Christmas thistle. Yeah, that's a lovely idea.
Yeah, nice idea that.
Yeah.
Yes, it could be. Yeah. So there we go. There's that embossed. Now, the reason for me embossing is, apart from it to give it a bit more definition, is because I'm also going to. The trouble is, because with it being wood, it also holds the heat more.
Yeah, you take it in.
So,
Yeah.
just excuse me. This looks wonderful, I know, but
Got it down.
right. So here we go. I'm actually going to take, and I've got that one. It wasn't that, and it was the yellow I meant to take. So I'm going to take some of the blue.
Right, these are both from the primary set of your sprays as well.
Quite
Both
sure how
very
that's-
very popular option. The shimmer is in the lead. It's probably close to selling out, actually, if we're not careful. A handful left of those, well limited. But you've also got your primaries, which are under the same item number.
So let me just. I don't really need an awful lot of these. Okay, here we go. And I'm taking a more dry brush. So I'm going to add just a touch of water, but not a lot. I don't want a huge amount of water, just to say I want my brush wet. I'm going to pick up the colour, and I'm going to. Come on, Leslie. You can do it. Pick up the colour. I need more. Do apologise. I
Once
need
the
more.
water came in,
Yeah.
Even though blue is a very strong pigment from
Yeah.
these paint sprays.
Yeah.
You'll see this now when it goes on. Look at that. That's lovely, that. There's the gesso coming into play as well, because
Yeah.
you can see the difference with a thin layer of gesso you put on there.
Yes,
The
just
difference
to do
with
it.
the
Now, I've
MDF
actually
tag.
used the blue. In the other sample, I used the turquoise, so you can use either on this. But can you see, it's actually coloured in, but it's resisted. It's not, as you say, not resisted, but where it's stronger gesso, you get that effect,
Yeah.
different effect.
Yeah, the chalky blue, yeah.
Yeah, so then I'm just going to... Oh, this is... I do have one that I finished earlier. Excuse me, folks. The time... Where's this gone? Time gone?
It goes, again. We say it every day. It's
Take the
Hochanda
yellow.
time thief.
Take the yellow and just... Okay, so I've taken the yellow at one end, and if you think it's a bit too much, you can just... It will, because of the... There you go.
Just
Take
put it away, that's it, yeah.
And all I wanted to do... This is actually not as strong as the one I did before, but I am rushing it. I do, as I say, have a finished one. So, what I want to do now is, I want to take the purple and... the magenta and the blue. So...
Magenta is also in the primary set. And the blue
You
is
see,
as well.
you don't need
Magenta
a
and
lot.
cyan.
You really don't need a lot of these. You only need and a brush and some water. And I'm going to show you now that you can actually mix the colours together in sort of as you want. So take actually such a small dab. I know it looks ridiculous.
That's a teeny amount,
look, yeah, but look how that's covering straight away. So taking the thistle and I'm covering it in the blue first, and then take again the tiniest amount of the red, the magenta, and add it over the top, and now I can make purple.
So you're creating the purple on the project as well. That's lovely. So you're not mixing your colours off in the palette first. But
no, and of course it's resisting where the embossing powder is. This is a very, very quick, as I say. I do have a finished one. Let's take a little
Great
bit more.
to see the technique there, Leslie. It's, you know, seeing the technique here on that painting actually on the project. You know, not
and then
mixing
as you saw Judith do. So let's just take this. I've got the blue here. Okay, and I'm just going to take some of the blue along the leaves. Look, you wouldn't do blue leaves, would you? But just
no. But I'm guessing you'll change it up.
Yes, because I'm going to take some of the yellow.
Yeah. And that yellow's pretty dry, but you've reactivated it, as it were, on your glass mat.
And that now takes me to get the green and mixing for the green. And I have actually just...
A very forgiving way of painting.
Run over a little bit, but that comes out. So you can see where I'm going with that. So, you know, that's a very sloppy version. I'm sorry, kid. You know,
don't apologise. Don't
apologise.
There's
the one that I did look. There is how you mix it. Yeah,
let's hold that up. Oh, actually, what's the time? Judith, come in quick, because we've got about a minute. If the Casio's correct, we've got about a minute left on the show. That's lovely. So that's the one you did live there, Leslie. That's the one that you spent a bit more time on at home and in your own time.
You see how you can mix your colour directly on. So I've given it a wash, and I've actually used, as I said, I did put more gesso on there. I purposely didn't put as much in because it takes a bit longer to dry.
Yeah, with this lovely sort of shaded sort of backdrop as well.
And then I just scruffed back a bit, just to give it a little bit more chic, you know, just with a bit of sand.
Really nice colours on there. The detail on the stamp actually makes it as well. That's the thistle stamp from the Rose and Thistle set, which is brand new today to Hochanda. Leslie, you're back at 3 o'clock this afternoon.
Actually, no, I'm going over the road because I'm guesting in Crafty Individuals. Chocolate Morocco back at 3.
Yeah, that's
but I'm making a double whammy here. And
but you're back at 3, aren't you?
We're both back at 3, yes.
You are back at 3. Thank goodness for that.
So
going over the road. It just worried me a bit. I thought, hang on, can you get me a sandwich while you're there? I thought, you know, over the road, it's just a field. It's just a field and a canal, Leslie, over the road. Literally, it's the A605. Right, so Judith and Leslie, thank you very much. It's been a lovely show. Thank you for your company. We'll see both of you at 3. Gosh. Stay tuned. So we've got Crafty Individuals next. Leslie is with Jean next. That's what we mean. We're going over the road, across the cameras. Also, Polka Doodles coming up and Pink Pig on the way.
We're really excited to be joining you, hopefully, at the Creative Craft Show at the NEC in Birmingham. It's going to be running from the 28th to the 30th of June. It's a brilliant place to come and get inspired. There's loads of demonstrations, loads of people you will have seen on Hochanda, of course, but lots more besides. Now, on the Hochanda stand, we will have our world-famous tombola. We're also, of course, going to be running inspirational make and takes. We hope you can join us. You will get to meet the team as well. There'll be a few people, maybe to get some signed autographs. If you do want to join us, now, if you order your tickets off Hochanda.com, they're going to be 50% saving from the door price. Let me take you through the ticket details. So, if you're an adult, you get 50% off the door price. Use code 142514 and it's just £5. For senior citizens, again 50% saving and using your code 232708, and that's just going to cost you £4.50. We hope you can make it to the show. We know you'll have a fantastic time. See you there.
Hi, I'm Barbara Gray from Clarity Stamp here in the UK. Teamwork makes the dream work, and at Clarity we are designers and manufacturers of, dare I say, beautiful, top quality and award-winning craft products. We are home to the very first, the original transparent art stamp. We hand make them here in Kent, and our talented illustrators are always coming up with new original concepts and wonderful artwork. In addition, we design and manufacture top quality stencils and masks. In fact, we also make precision cut reusable masks for our stamps. Since January 2017, we are also the new owners of Pergamano International, bringing together a wonderful blend of old and new parchment art. We are so fortunate to be able to showcase our newest and best products here on Hochanda and to be able to demonstrate our art ideas to you, our Hochanda friends. So if you would like to learn more about clarity stamping, stencil work, parchment art, both groovy and traditional, please join us, myself and the Clarity team, here on Hochanda for ideas and inspiration.
Well, hello, welcome back if you've been with us earlier on today. If you've just joined us, it's lovely to have your company. We've got another lovely hour ahead of us. We've got the Crafty Individuals here. Now, Jean, it's lovely to be with you again. We had a show yesterday.
We did.
Of course, Leslie's here with me as well. Leslie, we've just seen you. You're a busy lady, aren't you? Yes, hot footing across the studio. Now, of course, you two have known each other a long time. There is a connection here with the business, but Jean, this is your company, Crafty Individuals.
It is, and my partner Malcolm, who does a lot of the photography and everything. So,
wonderful.
I am Malcolm.
Yes, hello Malcolm, hope you're watching. Now Leslie, we are going to see you a little bit later on, aren't you?
I just get to come and play.
You do, you're going to do one of the demonstrations
Yes.
for us.
Yeah.
But for now, because you've been so busy, we're going to let you go and have a little rest. Now Jean, myself, you and we're going to go down the counter, aren't we? We're going to talk about all these new goodies because we've got some gorgeous things for you. Now, we have got various different options for you here. Now, there are 8 stamps. We're just going to pan across them all. The first 4 that you see are brand new. Brand new. We did have a show yesterday, as I said, but until then we'd not seen them here on Hochanda at all. Now, as we go down, you're going to see 4 other ones as well, which may have been here previously, but if you've just tuned in, perhaps you're seeing them for the first time. So we're giving you various options of how to buy these. Now, you can buy any 2 for $15.99. which is a great price. These are beautiful stamps, I've got to say as well. Or you can get 4, part of a pick and mix, so you can go for 4 for £27.98, and that's giving you a saving of £4. But if you've not seen any of these before, do, if you can afford it, go for all 8, because with all 8 they all work so beautifully together. The price is £49.96, £6 saving on there, and we can offer you a flexi-buy option here there as well. £24.98, 2 payments, pay one now with postage and packaging if it applies, of course. Everything will be shipped to you before you've even paid the second instalment. 983175, that's the item number for you on that larger pack. But we've got to see the samples. Jean, I said this yesterday and I've got to say it again, I was absolutely blown away with the samples that you've brought here, and it's thank you to various people. You've got a design team.
We've got a design team,
Now,
a lot in the UK, but 2 abroad as well.
Have you really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Lovely
so we've
to
got
know.
from the Netherlands, and 3 abroad actually, in Netherlands and France, and then the others are the UK.
Lovely.
But they do a lovely job.
They certainly do. Now, this sample here, I'm going to turn it round in a second as we've panned right across it. You've seen all the new stamps in there and the older ones as well, aren't we? We've got the whole collection in there. So if you think of it as the warm side and now the cool side, but the work that has gone into this is absolutely incredible. Look at the colours in the butterfly's wings.
This is Flo. She's done a lovely job.
She
always does, and there's lots of textures going on. It must have taken her ages to do.
Yes, I'm sure it did.
So much texture and rubbing back.
It really is a work of art, but I can see there's been a lot of love and care gone into this, and I'm sure she enjoyed it.
I don't think
enormously.
you'd be going back to her in a hurry either.
Wow. Now, that if you go for the big bundle, we can also offer a freedom price, a saving of £11. You've still got the flexi-buy option, but we've got £11 saving for freedom members there as well, so that's a really good purchase for you. Let's have a little look at a few more samples, because we'll talk you through some of the samples made with each individual stamp as well. So if you give us the names of each individual stamp, Jean, as we start at the top. This is the first of the new ones.
This one with the strange sounding name, Paid in Great Britain, but that's because it's got a paid stamp, and a vintage paid stamp, and a Great Britain postmark, so that's where the name came from. That's by Danielle, and she's purely used it as a background stamp, so you can work, even though these make great foreground stamps, you can use them for backgrounds too, so they're multi-purpose.
Works beautifully. Now that's a very different sample.
It's totally different, and that's how, when you can bring your other stamps into it as well. Yes, that one's got on the heart, it's got the script background, which is a really useful stamp, a splatter script. And around it, Sandra's used one of those borders. You know, you get 3 borders on one of them. And she's cut
just
them
shows
up
how
and
they all work so beautifully together. Now, a little card there, but just as beautiful. Look at the colours in this one as well.
That.
Now, watch out for that larger butterfly as well. We're going to see that. That's part of the bundle.
And
we've got so many samples here.
Really, you're making an interesting background, and you're keeping your butterfly white, so you don't even have to think about colouring the butterfly. You're just purely working on the background.
You are, aren't you? And look at that one as well, that's lovely. So very different samples. We've got so many here. Hopefully we'll get to show a few more as we go throughout the hour, but I want to move down because we've got so many different samples. We've got 8 in total. So I'm going to show you some more actually of the, where's our little birdie one? What's it called? There it is.
Yeah, his little nesting instinct, yes. He's a little sweetie, and the bird and the flowers was drawn by Dora in the Netherlands, and she's done a lovely job with it. So again, you can use it as a foreground, makes a great foreground stamp, or you can use it as a background as well. And on that one, I've used one of the papers out of the Pink Pig book that you'll see further on, with the holes still in the bottom.
Yes, we've got lots of goodies to show you.
Yep.
Stunning work, absolutely stunning. So there's number 2. Then our third new stamp, this is from the brand new set, is our, let me try and remember the name of this from yesterday. This is our Happy Days and Hooray.
Happy Days, Hooray, yeah.
So this is the one actually with the carousel horse, but you could turn it into a unicorn. You could take it off the carousel and just have it as a horse as well. That beautiful sample that we saw by Flo, she'd got the horses as though they were trotting along. But this is stunning as well. I love the tickets in the background as well, I've got to say. Oh, that's a nice sample.
That's fun, because Sandra's done that, and we can even make the horse jog along. So you can, if you wiggle it a bit, it jogs up and down as well.
Oh, see, really, really clever. And again, so many, you know, the inspiration that you see within the design teams here at Hochanda is amazing. Doesn't matter what colours have been used, what style it is, they all look beautiful. And that shows the versatility of the stamps themselves. Now, that's number 3 of the new ones. And the final one of the new ones is, oh, this is a stunner. Now, this is the, what's this one called, Jean?
It's gone.
Is it the Fly and Be Free or something?
Oh, Fly and Be Free,
Fly and Be Free.
Yes.
Is that the name?
Yes, I wanted a big butterfly because we have lots of small butterflies on our stamps, but we haven't done big ones. So I was just going to do it on its own, and then I thought, well, we might as well put some background in it as well. So you can use the butterfly on its own, or you can use it as part of the background.
If you're going to have a butterfly, have a big one like this because it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Isn't that gorgeous? It really, really is. So that's the 4th one of our new stamps. And then, of course, we've got the 4 other stamps as well. We've got a script, haven't we? We've got... do you know what? If you've already seen the older ones and you just want to look for the newer ones, you have got that option of the pick and mix with 4, of course. So you know if you're going for that particular option, just go for the new ones. If you've not seen any of them before, you can go for the full bundle. If you're loving what you see, but you're a little bit more restricted, then of course you can choose any 2. So there's 3 separate bundles available to everybody here. Now the 4 previous stamps, we've got the... Is this the script and splatter?
This is the splatter script, so it is really ink splats and script. You can't really read the script, it's French or something,
it's
I think.
Lovely, so you can see that used in the background there.
Use it very minimally and still create a beautiful card with one of the border stamps as well, and some of the words out of the word stamp. So you can mix and match. That's why we put these together, because they work so well together.
They do work beautifully together. And that same sample also covers our next stamp as well, which is called... This is the one with this. Which is this? The borders.
Inky borders.
Inky
or something,
borders.
I think, yes.
There we are. There's another sample made with that particular stamp as well.
And that's by Sarah.
Beautiful.
Again, it's nice and easy, but very effective.
It's very effective. Then we've got our You Are a Star stamp, I believe, here. Now this is fun. So I'll just show you 1 or 2 samples of this one, then we've got the final one to come up. But of course, you could go for the options that you like. As I say, we've got the 3 different options there, all 8, 4 or 2. Just look for the appropriate item number. Beautiful samples. You really can see how they all work so well together. They look as though they were made as one full set. Absolutely stunning. The final one. What's this one called, Jean?
Which is that one?
Is this the
it's vintage ephemera. Yeah, we've got quite a few vintage ephemera stamps, but this one works with the carousel horse as well because it's got that ticket in it.
Beautiful.
And the circus. So any sort of memories of vintage days, it works really well with. And then again, Sandra, I think it is, has done one that's incorporated some of your other stamps as well, so you can pop people
they
on
are
them. And
stunning. I've got to say again, the work. Thank you, ladies, on the design team. So there you are. $15.99 is the choice if you want to go for 2 of those stamps. 876-689. You can see all of the options on the website, of course. So we're going to pop over there now. Do have a look at the various pick and mix options there for you. I would definitely be going for all 8 because I didn't see these the first time round, and I don't know how you can choose between them. So just click add to your basket if you want that option there. Everything will pop into your basket for you. Everything's worked out there at checkout. Now there, we're just showing you how it all works. So you choose, of course, if you're a Freedom member, that's delivered price as well, don't forget. Now, if you think about the big bundle, there is a Freedom price on them. And if you remember the saving, I think it was £11 on there. So if you're not a Freedom member, it may be worth thinking about joining for this month. Give it a go, because the price for a month is just £6.97. And there, of course, you're saving £11 on the big bundle. Now then, Jean, we've got more to show because we've got a lovely kit here, haven't we?
We have. And
this is our vintage days.
Yeah, a lot of goodies in this one. We've got the background papers. There's 8 background papers. They're beautiful to stamp onto. Lovely quality, smooth paper. Quite heavyweight paper, but it is paper. So you can tear it, you can use it for die cutting, you can use it to stamp on. It's a multitude of uses, great in little books, and we've done A4 because it gives you a little bit more space to play with the designs, and it's just a nice thing to store as well. So it's a good one. You can cut those butterflies out separately if you want, or you can leave them on there as a background. It's quite nice to gesso over a bit of it and then stamp on top of it.
Oh, that's a nice idea. Yeah, that would look lovely.
Yeah, it does.
Beautiful papers. Gorgeous. And of course you can add your inks if you want to change the colour of the edges, or sort of go over the butterflies in maybe a different colour as well, or darken the wings, something like that. You can achieve all those different effects.
Yep.
Now also in this bundle we've got a rubber stamp for you as well.
That's an unmounted one this time.
Yeah,
the
I'm
others
just
are all
going to
mounted.
show that actually so you can see it. Now we've got the hibiscus flower on here as well. It's beautiful.
And it's a repeating stamp, so anywhere, as long as you keep your stamp the same way up, you can keep repeating to the side, underneath, on top, and either side. So it's a great one to use for a good background.
Okay, also for this amazing price of $18.99, remember, you've got the Pink Pig journal there at the front.
You get the new size, the A6 size.
Wonderful.
Yeah, and of course you can decorate that. You can do a complicated one like we saw earlier, or we can do a simple decoration.
Well, that makes a lovely project, doesn't it? And you've got everything you need to work with it. But we haven't finished there, because of course also we've got more. So we've got some cardstock here. This is no ordinary cardstock, is it, Jean? What have we got?
No, we've got some chocolate baroque cartridge paper. There's 20 sheets there, I think, of A6 size, so it's a lovely size to use with these stamps. It works for any of these stamps. And the other one is a satin finish stamping card, and it does stamp beautifully.
And you get 25 sheets of that one.
Yeah.
Now, we've still got more to show you, because there's some little frames here down at the bottom as well, and these are so sweet, aren't they? You've got 12 frames. There they are, 8 centimetres by 8 centimetres. But if you're wondering, well, why do I need those? Well, there is a reason, because also in the bundle you're going to get this lovely little book as well. Now, Jean, I know, was it Malcolm you said your...
Malcolm did all the photography that's in it,
Lovely.
but there's also, we've added vintage stuff, we've added script in the background of some of the photos. There are some that have come from very old vintage material. Those are Malcolm's photos again.
Are they?
Yes, and those. So we had a bluebell time, and went out and took photos of all of those. There's a lot going on, yes, and those are all Malcolm's photos again.
The vast majority, I think, aren't there, actually, when you look at them? 62 different images within that one little book there, and they will fit perfectly behind those frames. You may have noticed some of the samples that we did show as well. I've got little images on that have come from that book as well, and we've got 1 or 2 more here as well. These look lovely little frames,
this
don't
is
they?
Flo, and she's done they're a set of note cards, really. That's the idea. But you see what she's done with the corners. She's rounded the corners on
Doesn't
that
make
other
a
one.
difference as well?
But she's just left them white, so you don't have to colour the card. Just leave them white if you want and concentrate on the background.
Beautiful.
So again, it's great for playing with paint and
it certainly is.
The stamps again. So beautiful things.
Wow, what incredible value. Just £18.99 for everything we've just spoken about there. Almost half of the stock has gone. Item number is 876399, and I think we're going to see some of this used in demonstration time as well.
We are.
Now, we're just going to give you an idea of the deal of the day. This launched this morning on Good Morning Chandra at 7 o'clock, and I can tell you this is a cracking deal, and I'll explain why when I've gone through the details. Now, the usual price is £54.44. You are saving £29.56. So the deal of the day price, £24.99. Now you are getting a hot glue gun here. You've got the cable that goes with it. You've got the stand. You've got various different glue sticks. You've got silver, gold, white, and the clear glue sticks as well. You've also got a heat mat in there, and you've got the little, I don't want to call it a drip tray. I don't know the official name for it, but when your glue gun may drip little bits out, there's a little catcher that has got sort of a cylindrical shape, or 4 of them inside of it, and it creates your own little glue sticks out of the way, so you're not wasting a single drop. Now what I really like about this glue gun as well is it's got an on-off switch. You don't always find that, and the reason I know this is such good value is because I bought exactly the same glue gun some time ago. I didn't get any of those extras with it, and I paid more than the deal of the day price just for the glue gun on its own. So take advantage of this. If you know anybody else that needs one as well, it's a good time to stock up. It is a really good buy, this one. 172319, that's the item number for you. Around until 7 o'clock tomorrow, as well as stocks last, of course. Now, Jean, I can see you've got that beautiful paper in front of us.
Yes, I thought I'd do one with the papers this time. As I said, the papers are quite big, so you can get a couple of cards or even more out of each particular paper. So for this one, I'm going to concentrate on the one with the row of butterflies, vertical, and I'm going to cut it down to fit a card blank that size, so a fairly big card, really. So now, where did I put my ruler? Oh, there it is. They always go hide about, don't they, these things? I'll put my glasses on, then I can see what I'm doing.
I think as demonstrators we suddenly become quite short-sighted or blind, because we lose everything, and it's there staring us right in the face.
Yes, yeah. So as you'll see with this one, I can't, if I'm going to mat and layer it, I could go straight on, and it's a perfect size for straight onto the card. But if I'm going to mat and layer it a little bit, I shall just cut it down slightly, and it won't matter. So I'm going to take a little bit off his wing at the bottom there, but that's easy to do. I like my trusty knife for things like this, so I'll just take that off. And then I'll use the lines on the back of this glass mat to take a little bit off this side as well, just so that we get the whole image onto the card. So just straighten that up a bit.
That's always worth thinking about as well, isn't it, Jean? If you've got paper like this where you have got images, don't just look at cutting off from one end.
No.
Look at the images on there and try and sort of centralise everything.
That's right, yes. So we have this. And now, oop. It's a new blade, it shouldn't have done that. There we are. Right, so that's my card, and then what I'm going to do is cut around these. You won't want to watch me going right around them, so I'll just start it off, and then I've got one in my box that I've already done. So, because we do a lot of fussy cutting, I think, in crafting, but it's something you can sit and watch the TV at the same time with. Now I have left those antennae in as well, so it's a case of just trimming around those. Okay. And snipping that off there. So
lovely.
This is going to give it a nice effect at the side.
Perfect.
And I have one in here that I have cut out. So there we are. Once it's cut out, it's quite a pretty little thing.
It's very effective like that, and it's not even mounted yet.
Yes, yes. So you could either go straight onto the card, but because it's you've got that spare part of it, it just look nice in white. But I thought I'll put it onto a black background. So I've got this one here, and it really makes the butterfly stand out.
Beautiful.
So I've brought my trusty spray mount here, and I'm going to just do that in a box to the side.
Okay.
Because I don't want to get it all over
these
the
papers,
set.
of course, part of that Vintage Days set, just $18.99. It is an incredible price. You're getting an awful lot in that bundle. The papers, the little book with the images, you've got a pink pig journal in there, you've got frames, you've got a stamp in there as well, you've got the cartridge paper and the satin paper as well. Well, it's card, not paper. So much in there. Don't know how you do it for that price, actually.
No, we try to keep our prices as reasonably as we possibly can. Sometimes we can't avoid having to put them up a bit because the suppliers put them up. So, but we do our best. So I've quickly mounted that one up, and you could lift the wings as well. I've glued them down in this time, but you could lift the wings and put a little sticky fixer or something underneath if you wanted to. But now I'm going to do the big butterfly on this part, because I've got a nice area there.
Now with the paper as well, I do love the fact that you've got this sort of built-in border, so to speak,
as well
there, because it adds nice interest to the background of the card as well.
It does, and I'm going to put washi tape down that as well, so you can actually follow that, and then you know you're going to get a straight line, which is quite useful. So I'm going to ink up the butterfly stamp, and I'm going to stamp it. I tend to rub it all over very gently. Very gently, don't force it in, just very, very gently rub it all over first, and then lots of tapping.
Lovely. Well, of course, this is one of the new stamps, the brand new designs, one of 8 to choose from, and you have got those different options that you can see on the website, but the one on the screen right at the moment is for all 8 stamps. And if you haven't seen these before and you can afford that, it's well worth going for it, because each and every one of those stamps will work individually and also combined with others throughout the set. And you've got a freedom price as well. It makes each stamp just £5.62. You're saving £11. And they're mounted, yes, that's a good point, actually. Big size stamps, they're just, for me, Jean, they're just so workable.
They're very useful,
You could sort of go in and just pick out any two, and you know you can create beautiful things with it. You don't have to think about how they're going to work or if they're going to work. They just will. So if you're not a Freedom member as well, still great price.
Even just simply in black and white. If you're not confident with colour, just do black and white cards to start with.
And to emboss them as well and bring the detail out further. 983175 is the item number for the full bundle. It's busy out there for the full bundle, so I think a lot of you haven't seen any of the stamps previously, and it certainly is the best saving and the best option for me.
So I'm going to I've inked that all over, and I want a little bit of pink and a little bit of green on this, so I'm just going to pop it in the middle there a bit, which looks a bit wasteful, but you can always cut these up into strips and use them. So I'm just going to press it all over, concentrate on the centre the most, and then lightly press around the outside.
Now you've got the beautiful hibiscus flower and the foliage there in the background.
Yes, it's the same one as the stamp, so it all works together. That's what we try and do, is get everything to work well together. So there we are with that. And now I'm going to trim this down, because it's a little bit, well, you could get it all in, but I've decided to trim it down a little bit and just make it slightly more square. But I'm going to keep the whole of the butterfly in it.
Okay, lovely.
And just work down the edge there. Again, I'll try and keep it straight. That's worked all right. And then I'm going to trim this side down as well. So I might lose some of the wording, but you can go over the top with that. So you can lose a bit of these, and it doesn't matter. But I shall keep all the top and bottom part.
Beautiful.
I'm just doing this with my eyes.
Stunning butterfly.
Can't say this is going to be completely straight, but it won't be too bad. Now I have previously cut out a little bit of black card, which is the size I wanted to fit it to, so I might have to trim it a little bit more just to get it to the right proportions.
Okay.
So you can quickly put that up against your piece of card that you want to use, and if you get a pencil, which I must have in here somewhere, or a pen, I can just quickly make marks top and bottom so you know exactly where to trim it.
Lovely.
So again, I'm just doing it by eye here, but you can use your cutting mat usually to straighten things up completely. So there we are with that, so that fits nicely into
Beautiful.
the centre of that now. And I'm going to use my sprayer mount again just to...
Details on the screen there for the option if you want to go for two, any two. The pick and mix of 2 stamps, you've got 8 to choose from, $15.99. The full set is at the bottom of the screen for you as well if you do want to go for the full 8 individual stamps there as one bundle.
So there we have him on there. Now I do want to make him stand out. So I could do it on here, but I think just for time I'll go straight to what I've done is stamped it again, and then I've embossed it with clear embossing powder. So I've used the black stamp pad and then quickly embossed it. With it being a VersaFine pad, it takes a little while to dry, so it's perfect for embossing techniques.
Now has that been stamped on to
this has been
other
stamped
background
onto
paper?
this.
Right, okay.
Yeah, to
but
the
you could
top
use
of
your
that.
inks, as we mentioned earlier, couldn't you? If you
can
wanted
do it
to change
yourself
the colours,
and change the colours completely.
Lovely.
Yes, you could do, but this all works well together,
It
so
does.
I thought we'd go with that.
Okay.
And then
Lovely.
it's already done for you then. You've got all the colouring on the
And
butterfly.
doesn't it bring out the detail beautifully?
It does.
Just by embossing there,
yeah.
makes such a difference.
So I'll just use a little bit of, this one's a clear tape, which is quite good. So what I've done with, or what I thought I'd do with the butterfly, is double it up so that it stands out quite proud.
Lovely.
So I'm putting one lot on.
The wings there. Well, details back on the screen for the large bundle. That's all 8 stamps. Don't forget you've got a lovely Freedom price available on that one. £6 saving if you're not a Freedom member, so still a great saving fee. $49.96 if you are a Freedom member. £11 saving, and that's going to get you all 8 of those beautiful stamps. 983-175. They are on FlexiBuy as well, so you can spread the cost. 2 payments of just £22.48 if you're a Freedom member, of course.
So again with the other wing, I'm just doubling that up again, and then if I put a little bit of glue down the middle, that's all you need really, and a little bit is on his antennae.
Lovely.
And then this should stick up quite well really. So just get it in the same place. You could also colour his wings underneath. Helen Chilton in one of hers has also coloured the butterfly wings underneath, so you do get quite a nice effect with that.
Oh, lovely.
But they're already coloured on this paper, so you're ready to go
And that
there.
looks absolutely beautiful, Jean.
And
It
just
really
pop
does.
his antennae down. Then to just finish it off, I thought I'd put a little bit of washi tape on again, because as I said, I'm a bit obsessed with it at the moment. So I've got the nice fine one, and I'm just going to use that straight line to get a nice straight edge there, because that's sometimes with the narrow one it's a bit tricky getting it straight.
Okay.
And then if you want to use a thicker one but you want it trimmed down, just get yourself a length, do that, and then either tear it, which you have to do quite carefully, but it does turn quite well.
I do like the effect of the tone washi actually.
Yes, it's a really good thing to do, so I can either put it there or I can put it round there.
Okay.
But it's a bit of fun. It just finishes things off a little bit. And then I would trim it top and bottom. You could then use that bit as well if you wanted to, but I think we'll just go straight on with this now.
Okay.
So I'll just spray that again.
Beautiful card. Absolutely beautiful. Let's pop that in the middle there,
Yep.
Jean, so we can see it nicely.
Lovely. So there, I'm just going to go over the tape a little bit, get that in the middle, and then there's no need for me to glue it on, but you can see the effect
Oh, wow.
If
Oh,
you
that is
just
so
pop
pretty.
that on there, and of course it's only taken, what, 10 minutes or something to do.
What a stunning card. Beautiful.
Yeah.
I can see that framed in a little box frame as well.
It would make a nice little, yes, yeah.
Stunning.
One of those little glass-backed ones would be great
It
as well.
certainly would. Now, a lovely demonstration. We've got fabulous samples from the design team. Let's have a look at a little bit more inspiration. Yes, what beautiful samples. Perfect inspiration, isn't it, for the 8 stamps that we've got on offer for you. Now, 2/3 of the big bundle is now gone. You're absolutely loving these, and we have got 8, as I said, but we've got different options as part of a pick and mix. Different item numbers for different options, but we're going to talk you through them again. If you're going for all 8, you can see the details on the screen. They've just flashed away, but I think I can remember most of those now, but we will bring them back up. Don't forget there is a freedom price on these as well. Now there, before the freedom price, £49.96 with a £6 saving. These are absolutely stunning. You've got 4 brand new designs in there, and you've got 4 that they've not been around ever such a long time, but a lot of you may not have seen them at all, so you have got that choice of going for the full 8. Now, 2 payments, you can split this down to, if you're a freedom member, look at the price there, £11 saving. £44.96, and of course if you want to go for the flexi buy option, you can certainly break that down to 2 payments of £22.48. 983175. Now maybe you have seen some of the stamps before and you just want to go for the brand new ones. You can go for the option of 4, so maybe just go for the 4 brand new ones, or 4 of your choice. If maybe you want to give to someone as well, you can certainly do that. So you have got another option there. We're going to bring the details up for any 4. There you go. Any 4 out of the 8, you're saving £4 on those, £27.98, item number 648381. And then finally our third option, because we're giving you all the choices here, you can go for any 2. So maybe you've picked out 2 absolute favourites, you certainly can just go for the 2. There you go, £15.99, and the item number for that option is 876689. And of course you can find everything on the website as well. Now I'm just going to delve down deep and have a look at 1 or 2 more samples here as well. So this is using various different stamps actually, but you can see mainly we've got the first stamp in the new designs there, which is the Paid in Great Britain, I believe that one's called. So there's one for you, and I know we've just seen the butterfly, but I've got to say we've got the most stunning samples here. I'm going to be a bit naughty and show you 2 at the same time, just because one's got more colour in than the other. So isn't that gorgeous? That's your Fly and Be Free. So a total comparison there, working with the greens and the white embossing powder on the detail, and then the coloured papers in the background and the colours on the butterfly. Exactly the same stamp, but completely different samples. Aren't they just beautiful? They really are. So, you know, you are spoilt for choice here, and they all work so beautifully together. That's why you've got the option of the pick and mix. Doesn't matter if you go for 2, 4 or all 8, they all work beautifully together. Now then, we are getting busy on the big bundle. Over 70% of the stock has now gone. They are stunning. I can't say it enough. I know it's a word I keep using, but I'm seeing all the samples that are in front of me. This one here is incredible. It really is incredible. I'm going to quickly spin it round again before I move on, just so you can get the full advantage of everything and all the work that's gone into this particular piece. Not just using the brand new designs on this sample either. You can see the other designs in there as well, and how beautifully they all work together. What a great sample. That's by Flow. Now then, we have got more to show you as well, because of course we've got our kit, which I've got to say is an amazing price. It's £18.99, and you've got all sorts in this bundle. So let's have another little look at this one. It's the Vintage Days stamp and paper kit. So you have got your papers in there. You've got different designs of the paper. We did see Jean using these in the demonstration there. So you've got the script with the butterflies on them. There you've got the hibiscus background. Isn't that beautiful? Then we've got your Happy Days. You've got the carousel horse on there as well, so it matches beautifully with the new stamps. And then finally the paper stock that was used in the demonstration there with the butterflies and the border already built into it as well. Aren't they gorgeous? Now you're also getting within this bundle the stamp. Now this is unmounted, but you've got a lovely stamp here with the hibiscus background there, and it matches perfectly with the papers. You can of course stamp with that and colour in any colour you want to, so you can change the colours to suit your project. Keep it black and white if you so wish. We're also giving you the Pink Pig journal here. This is a new size for you as well, the A6 size, that's there included. We've got the cartridge paper. And we've also got the, well, it's cardstock actually. You've also got the satin cardstock as well, 25 sheets of those. And also, oh, we've got the satin, there's 25, and there's 20 of the cartridge paper or cartridge cardstock. Now this is what Pete Simpson uses as well. It is chocolate baroque, so you know Leslie brings this to us. It flies out every time we bring this as an option to buy. It flies out. You've also got the little frames, which are 8 centimetres by 8 centimetres, with the square in the centre, which will work beautifully with this paper pack that's included. Now you've got various images in here. Some of the images are photographs taken by Malcolm, which is Jean's partner. And there are vintage designs in there as well. We've got florals, we've got butterflies, there's all sorts. There's even some animals in here as well. Aren't these beautiful? £18.99, 876399 is the item number. What an amazing bundle. So much you can achieve with that. And the project is in that little journal as well to use all those bits and pieces. Now you can see everything on the website. Do look at all the pick and mix choices as well for you. Find which one's suitable to you. I can tell you the big bundle is extremely busy. Over 3/4 of the stock has now gone. You can see the gorgeous designs there. The 4 on the top row are all the brand new designs, not seen until yesterday afternoon when we had a show with Jean and Leslie and Crafty Individuals yesterday afternoon. So you can get that on rewind still as well, of course. I believe that was 2 o'clock. Oh, it was 4 o'clock, was it? 4 o'clock. So go back to 4 o'clock and you can see the beautiful demonstrations, because both Jean and Leslie did demonstrations within that hour. Speaking of Leslie, here she is.
Sorry, still faffing, which is a technical term for messing about, basically. Right, okay. So, right, I'm going to be using the papers as well, but I want to show you, sometimes it's like, oh, well, I like that, but I want to put colour with it. So I thought, OK, let's see what we can do now. We're all using the Distress Oxide, or we're using our good old Distress inks.
Yeah.
And if you're careful, you can actually match your inks to your papers.
Wonderful.
So in this, my basic standby colours are always, in anything, the primaries. Now, they can come in a variety of different shades of primary. So for blue, we've got peacock feathers.
Ooh, one of my favourites.
For yellow, we've got fossilised amber. And for red, we've got pink raspberry, which is actually pink, but it's a version of red.
Yes.
So we're always going to get the combination that you would get with any of you, as I did in our with the spray inks. You're always going to get that combination.
And that is a wonderful choice, Leslie, I've got to say.
So I'm going to match these up, because if you look in this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful paper, which is just lush, you've got combinations of different shades of greens and blues and your yellows and your pinks and a little bit of peaches.
Yeah, gorgeous.
So you put those together and you get
you're going to get all of those, yeah.
Okay, so good old acrylic block method, Leslie. Piece of card, my trusty, and I've already got one I've done earlier and started and finished, but I kind of want to show you. I know you must get sick of seeing this.
isn't it? We've always, well, hopefully we've always got new viewers
Yeah,
in.
well, I'm always conscious of that.
Well, you've got to be. And also, we've had emails this week, and I've had personal messages as well from crafters that have maybe done one craft and have been inspired by seeing a craft that they didn't think they would be interested in, and actually wanting to have a go and buying products to start a new craft.
Yeah.
And once you do get crafting with various different crafts, you end up doing them all, don't you, Leslie?
Don't talk to me about your problems, Catherine. You're the one that's...
You just don't know when to stop.
You're the one that likes every show you do.
I love everything.
No, we are. I mean, we're very fortunate. You know, we are surrounded by some very, very talented people in Hochanda who bring us some wonderful, wonderful products. So, you know, so keep it in threes.
Okay, lovely.
Threes are good, and also kind of divide it roughly into three.
Yeah.
One spritzer bottle, which isn't mine, but I'm sure Jean won't mind if I go ahead and, you know, mess with it. So, the one thing I will say to you about distress inks, oxides, they are actually, I know it sounds ridiculous, how can an ink be thick? An ink be thick, but it is.
Yeah.
They are slightly thicker because of the combination. They're a combination of pigment and and dye-based.
Yes, of course.
So, you've got that, and then you've got your piece of card, and then you kind of do things like this.
Oh, now look at that. Oh,
and it dries more or less instantly. But let's not waste what's nice. I've got another piece of card.
You see, this is why it's worth showing that technique again, because every time you do it, it's going to look different.
Always look different.
Hopefully we've got people watching that haven't seen this technique before as well. But even if you have, you can't fail but to be amazed at the results.
Yeah.
And such a simple way of creating backgrounds as well.
Yes, it is. And what I always suggest is that, you know, when you do this, you have what I call a background session. You just, you know, do a load of backgrounds and then put them in a box, and you've always got something that you can pull out too.
So what is the cardstock that you're using
I'm
here?
using our chocolate baroque matte silk cardstock.
Wonderful.
But this would work equally well. You get a brighter colour on the drawing cartridge that's in thing.
Oh, lovely.
Or Jean Smooth that she's got in as well. So it would work on that cardstock too.
Gorgeous.
But I haven't, you know, don't lose that either. You know, there's a much paler version. You know, but there's...
It doesn't matter though, does it? Because every card's going to look different.
Yeah. And there's your... So I'm going to quickly... and don't know where's that either. Right, I'm going to quickly use the heat gun. Just to... would help. We're not plugged in.
Shall I blow on it, Leslie?
Somebody put sixpence in the meter. Hello.
Oh dear. While we were just waiting for the electric, let's hopefully it's turned on. We'll sort that out in a second. But the bundle, just a bit of an update on this for you. Over 80% of the stock has gone. So they're looking at you can see the top 4 in the picture there are all the brand new designs. They were launched yesterday. Here we had a show at 4 o'clock. The ones below, I'll check with Leslie actually and Jean. When did they first come, Leslie? The ones at the bottom, when were they first introduced here?
Certainly in excess of about 8-10 months ago.
Oh, right, OK. But you can go for the big bundle, of course, as we're showing on the screen there, and there is a flexi-buy option if you're a Freedom member as well. You're going to save that £11. These are beautiful, showing the individuals there as well. I haven't seen these before, and if I haven't seen them, there must be hundreds and thousands of people that haven't seen them, because I normally get to see everything. £44.96 is the Freedom price. You can see that £11 saving. Item number 983175. You're loving these. Over 85% of the stock is now gone. I've given a lot of updates over